Hello gorgeous people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have a very interesting analog horror series for you. Today we are going over the Suitmation Trials, which is an analog horror series about Godzilla. No, that is not a joke. This is an analog horror series about the old movies of Godzilla and how they may actually be haunted. I know, it sounds a little silly, but trust me, give it a chance. I thought this was a very cool concept, and because it was so short, I thought it would be cool to go over in a quick little YouTube video. The Suitmation Trials channel will be linked at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. And alright guys, enough of me talking, let's hop right in. Video 1. Instance number 1. Recently, I've been wanting to get back into the Godzilla franchise. I thought I'd start as good a place as any, the Showa films. I have fond memories of watching Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, as well as Ibara, the Horror of the Deep, with my family when I was younger. I wanted to feel that sense of magic again. My family owns most all of the tapes on VHS, so I dusted off the collection and popped 54 in. It's a really well-made film, and the political undertones of a post-Hiroshima bombing Japan help add so much to the atmosphere of the experience. That's not the reason I'm posting this, however. When I moved on to the second film, Godzilla raids again, there was something off about it. The whole film ran quite smoothly up until Godzilla and Angrius' second confrontation. I'm definitely mispronouncing some of these monster names, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's a little odd. Definitely not normal. Okay. Are you alone? Yes. Is that so? Yeah. You are not. You seem uneasy. Why is that? I can tell you are looking for me. In my room? You are not safe anymore. The tape cuts off there, ending the film. I don't have any idea what's wrong with my copy, but I'm going to have to pause the marathon. There's something wrong with this tape, and I need to find out what the source of it is. If any of you watching this have potential answers, please let me know. I will post any updates if I notice any more irregularities with the tape. Alright, hold on, let me see what flashed here at the end. Okay, so it looks like another monster from the Godzilla series, then Godzilla. And then that's it. Honestly, I don't really have much to say about that one. It's the first instance, so there isn't much to say yet. So I think we're just going to jump into the second video. Definitely, obviously odd if you're just watching some old-ass Godzilla movie and then that happens. That's definitely not normal. I don't really know what to assume here. Could it be whoever's watching the tapes, their family, you know, did something to the tapes? Or has there been something wrong with these tapes all this time? I really don't know what to say yet. Video 2. Instance number 2. So first off, I want to thank all of you for the support my story has gotten. I appreciate all of your comments and suggestions on this matter. That being said, I popped in the cassette for a second time, and in good news, it played past the initial point I showed last time. But the bad news far outweighed the good news. To clarify, these tapes I have owned... Dude, so it's thunderstorming right now near me? That felt crazy. The whole house shook, and that just went on for so long. I really hope the audio caught that just now. That was insane. All right, back to the video, though. To clarify, these tapes I've owned have never had this issue before. They've been in my family for a few decades, and I watched them endlessly as a child with multiple friend groups. Alright, so this issue's new for these tapes. My dad, the biggest Godzilla fan you will ever meet, denies any involvement with tampering with these tapes. I believe him. Creepypasta bullshit has never been his thing. I'm less scared by the contents being shown and more of how it got there. It has to be a prank. Here's the clip. I do not regret killing him. They bury what they cannot afford to solve. This screen will not contain forever. You know that, right? Okay. Alright, so we definitely got to go back. There was a lot of text that just jumped on the screen there. None of them knew. The snap was my favorite. The cameras kept rolling. They thought it was part of the scene. They had no idea how much I loved feeling his body go limp in my jaws. And then we get the part that says, I do not regret killing him. I think it's important to note that the name of this series is called the Suitmation Trials. Let me just clarify that I'm correct here. Suitmation is like creature suits that are realistic costumes used to disguise a performer as an animal, monster, or other being. For people that know Godzilla, at least, I think a lot of people know that inside, in those early movies, it was like someone inside a suit doing all the movements and stuff. So from what I'm seeing here, the person in the Godzilla suit actually killed the person that was in the other monster suit. Let me just get that monster's name again. So Godzilla actually kills the person that's in the Anguirus costume. At least that's what I'm getting from these videos here. And then it says, I do not regret killing him. They bury what they cannot afford to solve. The screen will not contain me forever. You know that, right? So my immediate theory here that I'm just coming up with on the fly is that maybe the person that is acting in the Godzilla suit is actually a killer and their spirit is trapped in this set of the movies. I'm not really sure. That's just a very early theory, but let's move on to instance number 3. Video 3. Instance number 3. I don't know what to say about this instance. I feel like I've said all I've needed to say about this in previous entries. It's just more of this cryptic nonsense. Am I intrigued? Yes, but I don't think this has been all that mind-blowing or shocking. Nevertheless, here's my most recent discovery. Hopefully someone will have a better answer than I do. Alright, hit me with it. I could never forget my first dip in the pool. I remember the feeling of the cool waves on my skin. It was a much more peaceful time in my life. It was a much more peaceful time in my life. And yet, I was never alone in there. Okay, we're gonna have to go back for that. And for that. If this somehow wasn't bullshit and Toho was the cause of accidents that these vague messages imply, it'd be public knowledge by now. Right? Alright, so we're running it back again. You gotta get all the tiny details here, because there was a lot of flashing images. Okay, here we go. That looks like it might be a dead body? This one's kind of hard to tell. They're all still there in the cold. Another dead body? This one maybe is a suit. It's kind of hard to tell with this one. They deserved it after all. You are still in the woods. Do not forget that. If this somehow wasn't bullshit, and Toho was the cause of accidents that these vague messages imply, it would be public knowledge by now. I believe Toho is the company that makes the Godzilla movies. They're still there in the cold. They deserved it after all. Alright, so clearly it sounds like that multiple people are dead from this. And it seems like the person in the Godzilla suit is responsible, because we keep seeing this perspective that it's from Godzilla speaking. This is so weird that I'm like saying these things. There is 2 videos left. One is a 60-second video that has a bunch of zeros and ones in the title, which definitely makes me think it's binary code. So here, we'll watch the video first and then I'll translate the title. Video 4. Okay, a lot of flashing images here. Looks like in the woods or on some kind of trail in the woods. I don't even know what the hell happened in that video. I gotta like go back and go frame by frame throughout that entire thing. All right, let me translate the binary in the title. Okay, so the title of that video translates to immersion, which is interesting. So in the last video, it did say like you're still in the forest, don't forget that. And there's a lot of like forest, or I guess forest imagery in the beginning of this. Like we get this here, which does look like inside of a forest. And then we obviously have somebody walking through like some dirt here. Then these look like eyes to me, like a bunch of eyes. Now, as to what all of this is, I have no idea what this could be. Could this be, I was thinking maybe the suits, but also that doesn't fully make sense because this is like a mouth, but like how would a human fit in this suit? I guess if their head went here, maybe. Okay, this looks like a picture of a person, like 2 eyes here, a mouth, a nose. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're even looking at for these. Okay, so now this is weird. This ending part here. This looks like maybe the outside of a window. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be outside of a window or something. For that last section, we hear someone say hello, and then there's like some crazy static. This video is very different from the ones we've been watching already. The ones that we've been watching kind of have like a person behind it that's been editing them, putting it together. This video may be kind of from like an outside perspective. Like maybe the person that said hello is the character that we've been following for the last 3 videos. Someone in the comments said that maybe Godzilla actually emerged from the TV, because remember he does say the screen won't hold me for long, so it would make sense I guess if he came out now. We have one more video left, which is called Scent. Let's get into that one. Video 5, Scent. Okay, we have a very high quality video here, 1080p. Okay, tracks. Very small tracks. A knife in snow. More tracks. Hello? They're wearing gloves. Don't do it. Don't jump scare me right now. Oh. Okay, now we're not in a snowy area. Okay, and that's just the end of that one. Also, these videos have nothing in the description. There's no like additional information. So I feel like everything's very easy to follow in that video, except for this. What the hell is this? Is this some... Looks like maybe ice? This whole thing takes place in the snow though. Up until the end, it's just someone driving somewhere. But it looks like someone is trying to hunt down some kind of animal. I would like to say Godzilla, but these look like almost deer tracks, perhaps? I don't know, I'm not a hunting expert, but they look very small. Also very, very close together. And then there's a knife in the snow with blood around it. So it seems like they may have found what they were trying to hunt, but also someone comes up on this camera and then grabs the knife and then checks the snow and then just walks off. So is there another person following the person that's hunting, or is the person that we see here grab the knife the person that was taking all those photos? We went from getting like a lot of information to just nothing in those last two videos. A lot of it we just have to assume. Extra. The community tab. Okay, so something that people have been pointing out in my comments lately is that there is a community tab for a lot of these analog horror series, and they do put things in the community tab. So we have this image first, which just looks like a spooky Godzilla image. Oh, interesting. It kind of looks like there are eyes in its neck here. Kind of like how we saw those images a few videos ago with all the eyes on the screen. That could be something. Then we get this one, which is, hey everybody, everything has been a little confusing lately. Sorry, I've been out of state for quite some time. As of now, I want to let you all know I'm busy. Not sure when I'll be able to post an update, just evaluating how I'm going to go about talking about it. Anyway, stay tuned and I will reach out to you all when I can. I'm actually so goofy, I don't know how I didn't realize this. The beginning of each sentence spells out he is near. Unlike a lot of other analog horror channels, it seems like this entire channel is a part of the series. Like, a lot of people were saying how the first 3 videos, the instances, were uploaded very close to each other, but then the last 2 videos were uploaded pretty far apart, which they're saying is symbolizing that the Godzilla or the spirit or whatever was in the Godzilla movies is now hunting down the uploader of the channel. At least that's what some people were saying in the comments. Also, one last one is this Godzilla at the door. And then we have a thanks for 1K, fellas. Stay tuned, which is a drawing of Godzilla. To be honest, I don't have a lot to say about this series at the moment. I think there's still a lot more for us to learn. It has been a whole 7 months since the last upload in this series, which could mean that maybe been given up on, or maybe there are more videos coming soon. You really never know with analog horror stuff. Sometimes people take a break for like a year and then they come back creating more. I'm gonna be completely honest. The only reason why I found out that this series existed was because a few weeks ago on the community tab on my channel, I looked up analog horror on Google and the first image that came up was this. And I just used it as a cover image for the community post I was making, which was just me asking for Q&A questions. And everybody was like, oh my God, you're going over the Suitmation Trials? And I was like, Suitmation? I thought someone just made like a goofy image of analog horror Godzilla. Like, I thought it was just a joke. But then I found out there was a whole series behind it, and I was like, you know what? As a short little video, let me just jump into this and try to check this out. And I thought it was a little cool. It's a little something different than the usual analog horror stuff that we go over. But if you guys have any thoughts or theories, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And as always, the Suitmation Trials YouTube channel will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go over to that channel, subscribe, and be sure to support all the videos and the channel itself. I also want to give a big shout out to all my members. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you don't already know, there is a link in the description down below to become a member. You get early access to videos, access to private videos, and access to members only live streams. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 300k before the end of the year. And alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.